your forecast first. Sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, good to meet you as we look at a very calm but kind of a muggy night. If you've been out this evening, that humidity's still in place. But temperatures into the lower 70s in Champaign and Effingham. That cooler air is so close to us. I mean, it's 53 in Davenport, Iowa right now. It's 16 proof, 61 in Chicago. We're still kind of stuck in this warmer air mass. All right, look ahead to tomorrow morning. It may look like this as you may be driving into work. Commute forecast here, a little foggy to start the day. That fog will burn off late in the morning, and we'll see temperatures in the mid-70s for highs. We'll come back and let you know when that temperature will finally drop off and the humidity leaves us as well. WCIA3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA3 News.
And we have some obstacles in front of us.
But a lack of students isn't one of them. What unexpected issue that's caused for this school district? Are you still waiting on your Foid card? Why, you're not alone. It's a disaster that hit the South, and people from Central Illinois are still helping out.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA3 News at 10.
We have not done a reduction in force.
The Danville School District is dispelling rumors that they've laid people off because of low student enrollment. They say student enrollment is finally back on track. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. It was a rocky few weeks for the district. Their enrollment was down by hundreds of students for both online and in-person learning. But district leaders solved the problem by going door to door at families' houses. WCIA3's Jennifer Jensen is live in the newsroom. So Jennifer, what does enrollment look like now?
Jessica, tonight the superintendent announced that they now have 4,635 students enrolled. That's similar to the number they were at around this time last year. By visiting and calling parents directly, they were able to increase enrollment by hundreds in just a matter of days.
The Danville School District faced enrollment challenges before the start of the school year during the pandemic. While they were able to troubleshoot that problem and increase enrollment, the district is facing a new challenge they didn't anticipate now that classes have started.
Now it's kind of flipped. Where we once had over 1,000 students participating in person, that number has shifted and more of them are choosing the remote option, and we are down to 724 students who are participating in person. And the 3,911 have shifted to the remote program.
The district says they're working to get technology to those students and provide more resources.
As soon as we can just get the numbers settled down and figure out where everyone is, we are going to commit to this community that we are going to provide tutoring. We are going to do the wellness check.
They also plan to provide flexible support hours for parents who have conflicting work schedules and start a virtual library service.
We have some obstacles in front of us. We're committed to making this year where we can see substantial growth because we have the staff to do it.
In the meantime, Superintendent Geddes says they have not laid anybody off because of the issues at the start of the school year.
No, we have not done a reduction in force.
She said if other problems come up later on, layoffs are a possibility. But right now, employment will remain the same.
It is the goal of the board that we take all of our staff, come up with creative ways to support our students and use this as an opportunity to move our students to the next level.
The school district will also continue doing food distributions for the students. They have locations every Tuesday at Danville High School and at other schools as well. Jessica, back to you.
All right, Jennifer, thanks so much. Now, even if your student is doing virtual learning, officials are reminding parents they still need to be vaccinated. The Department of Public Health is requiring kids get their shots and health exams no later than October 15th. If students don't make that date, they won't be able to join classes again until they get those immunizations. One Decatur parent and nurse feels virtual learning does not change the need for those shots.
Bacteria, organisms, microorganisms, you can't see them on a surface of anything. It's just better to be safe than sorry.
If you're in Decatur, Crossing Healthcare is offering school physicals and has extended hours. Universities say they need federal money to offset the pandemic's impact. That was the message a U of I professor gave Congress today. Joseph Walsh is a vice president for economic development. He has studied how the coronavirus has disrupted the communal aspect of research. Social distancing and remote meetings have reduced the spread of the virus, but Walsh says there are setbacks.
the coronavirus is not spreading in the labs. These are folks, we have a grad student here who know how to put on protective equipment and know how to use it, and you don't get a lot of spread of the virus. What doesn't work for those students, especially for the new students, is training them. It's hard to stand shoulder to shoulder with a brand new student and teach them how to turn a knob, how to operate a piece of equipment, and especially how to do that safely.
Walsh says national security is impacted by interrupted research and delays. Faith leaders held a special ceremony in Springfield today to comfort families who lost loved ones to coronavirus. That vigil was streamed online so others around the state could tune in. Many families could not attend funerals early on when gatherings larger than 10 were restricted. This was the second ceremony of its kind. Looking at today's coronavirus numbers, there are more than 1,300 new cases in the state. That makes the total more than 253,000. 30 more people have died. There have been more than 8,200 COVID-related deaths. We have an update on a murder investigation in Alney. Police have arrested someone. 33-year-old Tara Haas is facing a charge of murder by accountability. Kyle Johnson was shot and killed Sunday. State police are still looking for 19-year-old Rick Meador. A teenager who drove drunk and hit a woman's home will serve 6 years. 18-year-old Michaia Barton was sentenced today for aggravated DUI. That crash happened on Locust Street near North 20th in Decatur. 87-year-old Nancy Hinton was killed. A Decatur man will stay behind bars for child exploitation. 28-year-old Daniel Betty was sentenced to 22 years. He pleaded guilty to sexually exploiting and enticing a 14-year-old girl last year. Authorities say he posed as a teenage boy on an app called Spot a Friend to target minors, meet them for sexual activity, and send them explicit pictures. Rantoul police are still looking for a missing man. 62-year-old David Franklin disappeared 3 weeks ago. Police say they found his bike on the northeast side of town. They've added helicopters and drones to their search, but still came up empty today. If you know anything, contact police. Tomorrow is the first meeting investigating Speaker Michael Madigan's role in ComEd's corruption. House Republicans called for a special committee to investigate the Speaker. Madigan has not been charged in the federal case, and the House committee is not able to actually charge the Speaker, but Republicans want answers.
As of right now, those facts are uncontested. We'd invite the Speaker to contest those facts if he does not believe that those are accurate.
The committee is made up of 3 Democrats and 3 Republicans. Tomorrow's meeting will establish rules and regulations. Governor Pritzker visited Decatur today to remind people to fill out the census. The mayor there says it's especially important given that city's recent population loss. The governor also responded to critics of his graduated income tax plan. They argue higher taxes on the wealthy might drive them out of the state.
If you ask me, in this very critical moment in the history of our state, what you don't want is a diminishment of the services, the supports that people vitally need. And that's what would happen if we don't pass the fair tax.
You have 3 weeks left to fill out the census. State lawmakers say that form makes a big difference in how much of your federal tax dollars come back to Illinois. Thousands of Illinois gun owners are waiting on their Foid cards. The backlog has been building since January. 135,000 renewal and new card applications have not been processed. Police aren't punishing people for having those expired cards, but it is causing issues when owners are shopping. One gun owner's renewal has been in the stack since June.
You still tend to run into a lot of problems when you're going to, say, buy ammunition or anything like that. They don't want to see your concealed carry. They want to see your Foid card, even though it's the same numbers.
Police say the backlog was caused by an increase in applications and not enough analysts to go through all of the paperwork. The state is in the process of hiring new analysts to help speed up that process. He was a baseball legend, but he was also a friend of one Central Illinois family. How they're remembering Lou Brock. Plus, people are still reeling from Hurricane Laura. How dozens from Central Illinois are helping them get back on their feet. And later, high school football games are a no-go in Illinois, but it's a different story just across the border.